The movie begins abruptly inside the cold, impersonal setting of a mental health facility. Our protagonist, the vulnerable teenager Anna Ivers, is startled awake by a vivid, terrifying nightmare. The scene features rapid cuts and a frantic score, depicting her mother, Annette, trapped and screaming within a bedroom consumed by fire, a traumatic, suppressed memory that is the root cause of Anna's current institutionalization. A nurse attends to Anna, confirming the severity of her psychological break, which lasted for 10 months. This opening immediately establishes that Anna is an unreliable narrator, warning the audience that her perception of reality has been fractured by her trauma. Anna is next seen in the office of her treating physician, who formally signs her discharge papers. The doctor offers a crucial warning that simultaneously highlights Anna's fragile mental state and foreshadows the conflict to come. He advises her, "You are ready to go home, Anna. But remember, if you feel any stress, any anxiety, or if those things come back, you have to tell your father." The mention of those things confirms Anna's history of visual hallucinations. The scene of her departure, intended as a moment of freedom, is instantly corrupted by the film's first overt threat, adding a layer of dread to her release. As Anna walks down the long, anonymous corridor, carrying her discharge box, she passes an open door. Inside, an unkempt female patient is sitting rigidly on her bed, staring straight ahead. In a swift, terrifying motion, the patient's head slowly turns to meet Anna's gaze, fixing her with a stare of pure, unnerving menace. As Anna tries to hurry past, the patient suddenly lunges forward slightly, extending a rigid arm and pointing a finger directly at Anna's face in a silent, accusatory gesture. Anna visibly flinches and rushes away, but the message is clear. This silent psycho in the hall represents the fear of her own impending insanity, a psychological warning that she belongs there, not back in the outside world. Finally out of the facility, Anna finds a brief moment of comfort when she is greeted by her older sister, Alex, who is waiting in the car. Alex, acting as the protective and cynical voice of Anna's consciousness, immediately provides the first external confirmation of suspicion, expressing hostility towards their father for moving too fast with the former nurse. This embrace and conversation with Alex is, in retrospect, the moment the main delusion fully takes hold, as Alex is actually the ghost of her sister who died in the fire. But for Anna, she is a solid, comforting co-conspirator who helps her navigate her suppressed guilt. The two girls drive toward their isolated seaside home, with the tranquility of the environment contrasting sharply with Anna's internal turmoil. Upon entering the house, the new normal is immediately apparent and shocking. Their father, Stephen Ivers, offers a strained welcome, but it is the presence of Rachel Summers that dominates the space. Rachel, the former live-in nurse, is introduced with a forced, overly eager warmth, rushing to hug Anna and saying, "Oh, darling, I'm so glad you're home," an act that instantly infuriates Alex. The crucial plot point is confirmed through dialogue. Rachel is now the fiancée of their father, having replaced their mother in less than a year, sparking the genuine and delusional drive in the sisters to expose her. Later that evening, the psychological terror begins to transition into supernatural haunting. Anna is alone in her old bedroom when she sees a quick, shadowy movement in the corner, which vanishes. This is followed by a much more visceral appearance. The chilling, ghostly face of her dead mother, Annette, appears in the reflection of a glass door. This vision is accompanied by the horrific, visceral sound of bones snapping, and the ghost is seen with a visibly broken back. This brutal, nonverbal warning is Anna's mind signaling that her mother's death was not accidental, initiating the conspiracy theory that Rachel is a murderer and that the house is now inherently unsafe. The following morning, the tension between the girls and the new fiancé erupts during a deeply strained breakfast, serving to further isolate Anna and Alex. Alex openly challenges Rachel's authority and right to occupy the mother's place, while Rachel maintains an unnervingly calm, almost patronizing composure, which successfully manipulates Stephen Ivers into defending her. Stephen dismisses the girls' hostility as mere grief and jealousy, reinforcing his belief in Rachel's goodness by saying, "Rachel has been wonderful to me. She's just trying to help us heal." a statement that reveals his emotional blindness and deep reliance on his new partner. Following this confrontation, Anna goes outside and finds the door to the old boathouse, the location of the fatal fire, slightly ajar. Upon entering, she is overwhelmed by an intense psychological reaction, confirming that the site holds the key to her suppressed, traumatic memory and intensifying the suspicion that the fire was not an accident. That same day, the investigation begins in earnest when Anna and Alex attend a noisy party on the beach at night, a chaotic environment that is a stark contrast to Anna's fragility. At the party, Anna encounters Matt, a boy who previously dated Alex, who is visibly uncomfortable and anxious when he sees her. Matt separates Anna from Alex, pulling her aside to talk privately, and immediately confronts her with a terrifying piece of information, saying, "I saw what happened. I saw you." He grabs Anna's hand with a desperate grip, the moment you asked about, and whispers a desperate warning that the woman in their house, Rachel, is a psychopath and was responsible for the mysterious deaths of children in another family she cared for. Matt, looking constantly over his shoulder, promises to meet Anna later to give her the full proof, further convincing Anna that she has found a real-world ally against Rachel. The crucial scene is immediately interrupted by Alex, the delusion, who rushes up and tells Matt to back off and leave Anna alone, creating a subtle but important detail. Matt does not acknowledge Alex at all, speaking only to Anna and promising to see her soon. This is a vital clue, visible only in retrospect, that Alex is a figment of Anna's imagination. Following the encounter, Anna is emotionally devastated when she returns to the meeting place the next morning and Matt is not there. Instead, she is subjected to a truly horrifying hallucination. She sees Matt standing by the water, his back unnaturally broken and twisted, blood staining his shirt, clearly dead and mutilated, a vision accompanied by the terrifying sound of bones snapping that links him to her mother's broken ghost. This vision is followed moments later by the real-world consequence. The police arrive and pull Matt's actual dead body out of the water, officially ruling it an accidental drowning, a classification that only solidifies Anna and Alex's belief that Rachel has murdered him to silence him. Driven by the apparent confirmation of Rachel's killer instinct, Anna and Alex escalate their investigation by breaking into Rachel's locked room, searching desperately for the concrete evidence that will convince their father. Their search yields immediate and terrifying results. First, they find a key to the feared boathouse, which proves Rachel had access to the location where their mother died. More horrifyingly, they discover a small bag containing human teeth, an undeniable and shocking piece of evidence that appears to confirm Rachel's psychopathic nature and history of violence against children. This discovery completely solidifies their theory. Rachel is a serial killer who murdered their mother and Matt, and she must be stopped immediately before she harms their father. Armed with what they believe is conclusive proof, the sisters confront Stephen and Rachel. Alex, acting as the assertive leader, throws the bag of teeth onto the dining table, shouting, "You're a killer! We know what you did to those other kids." The scene quickly descends into chaos as Stephen dismisses their evidence, stating the teeth are likely animal teeth or that the girls are making up stories because of their trauma, angrily defending Rachel, who maintains her composure, saying sympathetically, "Oh, Stephen, they're just upset." The confrontation forces the father to make a choice, and in a devastating betrayal, he sides entirely with Rachel, telling Anna she is relapsing and threatening to send her back to the institution, effectively isolating Anna and Alex completely and setting the stage for the final, violent confrontation. Following the devastating confrontation where Stephen took Rachel's side, Anna is left isolated in her room, consumed by fear and rage. She prepares for the final, desperate move. She notices that her father, Stephen, is behaving oddly, almost anxiously, and his rushed dinner with Rachel only intensifies the suspense. Anna, urged by the vengeful energy of Alex, her hallucination, slips out of the house. Minor detail. As she moves through the house, she carefully grabs a large, sharp kitchen knife from the block, a critical piece of action that confirms her intent to take lethal action, though she is still mentally convinced it is for self-defense against Rachel. Anna and the phantom Alex make their way to the decaying boathouse, which Anna believes is Rachel's hiding spot for the truth. Minor detail. The boathouse is visually dark and cobweb-laden, symbolizing the decay of her family's secrets. Anna uses the key she found in Rachel's room to unlock the rusty padlock, believing it is the final piece of evidence against Rachel. Inside, they find a gruesome discovery, an extremely decomposed body wrapped in a cloth, which Anna immediately identifies as her mother, Annette. The state of the body, particularly the unnatural positioning that suggests a broken spine, violently validates the ghostly warnings she has been receiving, convincing her without a doubt that Rachel murdered her mother and concealed the body before staging the fire. The realization is horrifying, solidifying her belief that Rachel must be eliminated. Just as the sisters are reeling from the discovery, Stephen Ivers, their father, enters the boathouse. Anna, knife hidden, confronts him with the horrifying evidence. Stephen, visibly distraught and tearful, drops the bomb that shatters Anna's entire reality. He doesn't deny the murder but shifts the focus, looking only at Anna and saying with devastating clarity, "There were 2 of you in the fire, Anna, 2 bodies." He reveals that the police found the charred remains of both her mother and her sister, Alex. This simple statement confirms the chilling, impossible truth. Alex has been a delusion all along. The film then transitions into a rapid-fire, horrifying montage of flashbacks that reconstruct the actual events of the past and explain every piece of evidence. The revelation shows that Anna, not Rachel, found her father and Rachel kissing in the boathouse, a moment of betrayal that sent her into a psychotic rage. Minor detail. Anna, screaming and distraught, knocked over a kerosene lantern with her elbow, which immediately started the fire. Major detail. Anna fled the boathouse in panic, but Alex ran back inside to try and save their mother, resulting in both of them perishing in the flames. The boathouse door was locked because Anna locked it behind her as she fled in a moment of psychotic denial and self-preservation. The mutilated ghost she saw in the institution and the snapped neck in her visions were actually the suppressed, traumatized memories of Alex's charred body. As the flashback ends, Anna is back in the boathouse, and the space where Alex was standing is now empty. The hallucination has vanished, leaving Anna utterly alone. She is forced to confront the true, horrifying identity of the killer, herself. At this moment, Rachel, the real one, enters the boathouse, having followed Stephen, trying to de-escalate the situation. Rachel gently approaches Anna, asking, "Anna, what happened?" But Anna, completely dissociated, mistakes Rachel for her mother and then, in a terrifying psychological break, sees her as the evil killer she invented. The final action, Anna, screaming in a psychotic frenzy, lashes out with a knife, plunging it into Rachel's neck, instantly killing her. Minor detail. Rachel collapses silently and the knife clatters away, confirming Anna has just committed murder. The final scene shows the police arriving at the scene of the crime. Anna is sitting silently on the floor, covered in blood, but is now eerily calm, her mind having completely shut down to protect itself from the guilt. The chief police officer confirms the chilling reality when he looks at the paper and identifies her by saying, "We've got Anna Ivers, the sole survivor of the fire." The final shot. As Anna is led away, the camera lingers on the police searching the house. A cleanup crew is shown emptying a trash can. Crucial minor detail. Inside the trash bag, we see the empty baggie and the small pile of animal teeth that Rachel, the caretaker, likely kept as a dental souvenir or for a pet, confirming that the evidence was just ordinary items twisted by Anna's madness. The movie ends with Anna sitting alone in the back of the police car, giving a small, knowing, psychotic smile, implying that her mind, the true, uninvited guest, has successfully protected her from the truth by eliminating all real and perceived threats.